Hi, my name is Mackenzie Holston. Welcome to my vodcast. Teacher discourse moves are something that I've learned about during this past year at a conference I went to in New York. The reason behind looking into these discourse moves was to promote student thinking and understanding. I wanted my students to be doing the thinking rather than myself. The 3 teacher discourse moves I decided to use in my classroom were revoicing, wait time, and asking students to restate someone else's words. Revoicing is when the teacher tries to repeat what a student has said, then asks the student to respond and verify whether or not the teacher's revoicing is correct. Depending on the teacher, using wait time can vary. Sometimes the teacher waits at least 10 seconds for students to think before calling on someone for an answer. When asking students to restate someone else's reasoning, the teacher asks one student to repeat or rephrase what another student has said, then follows up with the first student. When using revoicing in the classroom, I collected data on whether students would edit their response or keep their response the same. What I found was that 75% of students edited their response and 25% of students kept their response the same. Wait time was the second move I decided to use in my classroom. I collected data on how many seconds of time it took for students to have an answer. I found that 10 seconds of waiting time yielded 20% of student responses, while 20 to 30 seconds of wait time yielded 70% of student responses. There was still 10% of students who did not have a response after those 30 seconds. The last talk move I decided to use in my classroom was having students restate someone else's thinking. What I found from the data was that 40% of students were able to successfully restate what someone had said. 40% of students were also able to restate with some errors, and 20% of students could not restate what someone else had said. Overall, I think that the success of the talk moves were evident in my classroom, and I would definitely use these going forward. For anyone who is trying them for the first time, all I can say is you might not be using all of them at the same time or in one class period, but if you can start out by including 1 or 2 of these in your classroom every day, I think that the overall success that your students will have in rethinking what they're saying and what other students are saying, it will benefit the whole classroom.